Welcome to this video tutorial where I will show you the basics of using the AutoTune Vocal Compressor. This is an excellent tool for anyone looking to perfect their vocal performance in the studio. It offers a wide range of features from real-time pitch tuning to vocal effects and more. With this tool, you can easily create professional sounding recordings in no time. In this video, we'll cover all of this and much more coming up right now on this episode of Pro Music Creator. This video is the first of two in a series of videos covering all of the features of the AutoTune Vocal Compressor. In this video, we'll go over all the fundamentals and basics, and in the next, we'll actually experiment and comprehensively learn how to use the features of this compressor. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, welcome and thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Ramirez and this is Pro Music Creator, where we all become pros at producing and making music together. Hopefully by the end of this video series, we'll all be pros at the art of using Antares Auto-Tune Vocal Compressor to create, produce, and perform music. So, if you wish to learn everything there is to know about the vocal compressor, stay tuned by subscribing to this channel and turning on the notifications so you'll be alerted each time I post a new video in this series. In this video, I will show you how to use the AutoTune Vocal Compressor to get the best vocal results for your recordings. I'll go over all the main functions, including AI-assisted compression, the different types of compressors supported by the vocal compressor, and all the many settings available to us. We'll also take a look at the user interface and how it works. By the end of this video, you will have all of the knowledge you need to make your vocal performance stand out from the rest. So let's get started. Before we jump into the details of the AutoTune Vocal Compressor, I want to make sure we all have the same understanding of what a compressor is and what it does. An audio compressor is an electronic device that reduces the dynamic range of an audio signal. Dynamic range is the difference between the loudest and quietest parts of a sound. When we record music, sometimes the vocalist or instrument can get too loud or too quiet, making it hard to hear everything clearly. That's where the compressor comes in. The compressor has several buttons and knobs that let us control the sound. The threshold knob sets the level at which the compressor starts working. It's like telling the sound police, hey, if things get too loud, step in and take care of it. The ratio knob controls how much the compressor reduces the loud parts of the sound, and it's like telling the sound police, okay, if things get rowdy, take it down a notch, but don't kick anyone out just yet. The attack knob controls how quickly the compressor starts working, and the release knob controls how quickly it stops working. It's like telling the sound police, okay, when things get loud, jump in there fast, but when they calm down, back off slowly. So, when do we use compressors? All the time. Compressors are used in music production, radio broadcasting, and even in movies and TV shows. They help keep the sound levels consistent and prevent any one part from getting too loud or too quiet. It's like having a DJ at a party who keeps the music just right so everyone can have a good time. So there you have it. An audio compressor is like the sound police for sound waves. It helps keep the sound levels consistent and prevents any one part from getting too loud or too quiet. Basically, it keeps the sound levels in check and in line. And the buttons and knobs control the threshold, the ratio, the attack, and release of the compressor. Just remember, don't get too rowdy or you might get arrested by the sound police. There are many legendary and famous audio compressors that are still used in recording studios today. Here are some of them. The Teletronics LA2A, Universal Audio 1176, Fairchild 670, DBX 160, SSL G Series, API 2500, Empirical Labs Distressor, TubeTech CL1B, Neve 33609, and the Yuri Universal Audio LA3A. These compressors have been used on countless hit records and have become staples in the recording industry due to their unique sonic characteristics and versatility. Many engineers and producers still prefer the sound of these classic compressors over newer digital options, and they continue to be highly sought after and used in professional recording studios around the world. In fact, many of these same compressors are also available as VST plugins for your DAW. Now, let's talk about where in the vocal chain you would use a compressor. In a vocal chain, an audio compressor is typically used after the microphone and preamp, but before any EQ or effects. This is because the compressor helps even out the levels of the vocal performance, making it easier to apply any additional processing later on. By using a compressor in the vocal chain, we can help control the dynamic range of the vocal performance. This means that any loud or quiet parts of the performance can be brought closer together in volume, making it easier to mix and ensuring that the vocal remains prominent in the mix. Additionally, using a compressor in a vocal chain can help smooth out any peaks or harshness in the vocal performance. This can help create a more polished and professional sound. Overall, using an audio compressor in a vocal chain is an essential step in ensuring that the vocal performance sits nicely in the mix and sounds polished and professional. The AutoTune Vocal Compressor is a sophisticated dual-stage compressor designed to help you create that perfect vocal production. With its advanced machine learning capabilities, you can quickly dial in the ideal settings for your vocal track. What makes AutoTune Vocal Compressor stand out is its dual-stage compressor system, which allows you to fine-tune your vocal performance to get the best results. Choose from 4 different compression styles. There's FET, Opto A, Opto B, and Modern to get the desired energy for your vocals. The AutoTune Vocal Compressor will quickly become your go-to compressor for modern vocal productions. With its robust and versatile features, you can easily create polished and professional-sounding vocal performances. The Vocal Compressor is available in a VST3, AU, and AAX plugin format, which means this compressor is compatible with Pro Tools, Logic Pro, Ableton Live, Cubase, Studio One, Reaper, and Digital Performer. Once you install the compressor onto an audio track, the fun begins. All right, so let's talk about the global controls, the gatekeepers of the vocal compressor. Click on the Antares logo to open the Antares Central. It's a separate application that's used to manage license activations. Click the Undo button to reverse your most recent edit up to 99 steps. That's right, I said 99 steps because I know you like to live on the edge. And if you change your mind again, click the Redo button to restore the most recently undo edit. It's like having a time machine for your audio. Click the gear icon to configure your settings and preferences. You click the bypass button to disable the vocal compressor in your DAW. When bypassed, the bypass button will appear deilluminated like a sad little light bulb that's been turned off. Now, let's talk about the single mode and dual mode toggle. This is the dynamic duo of vocal compression. Use single mode to apply one compressor to your audio at a time. The modern compressor, for example, is best used for problem solving while in this mode. Use dual mode to stack 2 compressors together in any order to create your ultimate vocal compression chain. AutoTune Vocal Compressor also features a collection of artist presets, like having a famous audio engineer on speed dial. And if you want to save your own custom presets, use the preset manager. Use the left and right arrow buttons to load presets in order, like flipping through a Rolodex of audio goodness. And if you really love a preset, click the thumbs up icon next to its name to add it to your favorites folder, like giving it a virtual high five. Click Show Preset Folder to go to the specific directory where all the vocal compressor presets are saved on your computer. It's like having a treasure map to your audio treasure trove. And don't forget about the global input and output gain meters. The input gain meter displays the incoming gain levels of your audio in real time, and the output gain meter displays the outgoing gain level of your audio in real time as well. Click and drag the fader to adjust the gain level of the input or the output audio. And if your audio starts clipping, a red indicator light will appear above the meter. Click on it to clear the clipping notification, like swatting away an annoying mosquito. Now let's talk about the assist tool. Are you looking to sound like a singing sensation without the hassle? Well, the assist tool is here to help. This tool ain't your average Joe. It uses machine learning to figure out the best starting compression settings for your vocals. All you got to do is pick your desired compression amount, your vocal style, press the learn button, and let the magic happen. After just 5 seconds of listening, the result will be presented to you on a silver platter. Trust me, your vocals will thank you for applying these settings to the vocal compressor. Assist has 3 parameters you can set. The first is the input type. The input type. The ultimate personality test for your audio. This nifty feature allows the vocal compressor to get to know your audio on a deeper level and provide more accurate compression settings. It's like having a personal audio coach. You can choose from options like soprano, alto tenor, low male, instrument, or bass instrument. And don't worry about getting it wrong. The input type will be determined automatically after using the assist function. But if you're feeling adventurous, go ahead and choose your type manually. It's like picking your own personal superhero identity, but for audio. Welcome to the compression section, where we squeeze the life out of your vocals. Just kidding. Kinda. This is where you get to choose how much compression you want to apply to your audio. Your options are minimal, controlled, or aggressive. Think of it like choosing your level of spiciness at a restaurant, but for your audio. You can go for a little kick with minimum, which is 0 to -3 decibels of gain reduction, or really turn up the heat with aggressive, which is -8 to -12 decibels of gain reduction. There's also controlled, which is -3 to -6. The choice is yours, but remember, too much of a good thing can be bad for you and your audio. The style section is where we add a little flavor to your vocals. This is where you get to choose how much analog saturation you want to add to your audio. Your options are clean vocals, warm and full, or gritty vocals. It's like seasoning your food, but for your audio. You can go for a healthy, clean meal with clean vocals, which is no saturation, or add a little spice with a warm and full, medium amount of saturation. And if you're feeling bold, go ahead and turn up the heat with gritty vocals, maximum saturation. It's like giving your audio a shot of espresso, but without the jitters. Now it's time to let the magic happen. After selecting your input type, your compression amount, and style, click the Learn button and let the assist function work its voodoo. It's like having a personal audio genie that listens to your audio and grants your wishes. Well, almost. The vocal compressor will suggest the best starting compression settings for your vocals based on 5 seconds of audio playback. You can accept the settings as is and then tweak them as desired. Just like a Tinder date, it's not what you expected. Try a different compression amount or style setting and try again on a new section of your vocal performance. And remember, the more dynamic the section of the vocal, the better the results. So give your audio the dynamic love it deserves. All right, folks, it's time to get into the nitty-gritty of the compressor types. But before we do that, if you're finding some value in this video, it would absolutely help out the channel if you could click the like button. Your support is much appreciated and it goes a long way towards helping and sharing this content with others. Now let's start with the classic FET compressor. Now this is the snappy uncle of the compressor family. This compressor knows how to handle those pesky transient signals like the ones generated by vocals and percussive sounds. It's like the bouncer at the club, keeping those peaks and checks and making sure that things don't get out of hand. The FET compressor is best used as the first stage in a serial compression setup, like the opening act of a concert. But wait, there's more. We also have the Opto A and Opto B compressors, which are like the sweet and spicy sisters of the compressor family. Opto A has a slower attack and release time, giving your audio a smoother and more natural sound. And Opto B, on the other hand, has a faster attack time and a more aggressive character, perfect for adding some edge to your audio. And last but not least, we have the modern compressor. It's like the cool kid in school with its transparent sound and advanced features. It's perfect for modern music production and can handle any genre with ease. So choose your compressor wisely, my friends. It's like choosing your favorite superhero, but for your audio. All right, audio nerds, it's time to dive into the FET compressor's parameters. First up, we've got the input knob. Think of it like a volume knob for your audio. The higher the input gain, the more signal that hits the compressor. It's like cranking up the volume at a house party. Things are gonna get wild. And speaking of getting wild, enabling the warm feature adds that sweet analog warmth that'll make your audio feel like it's cuddled up next to a fireplace. The output knob is like the bouncer at the club controlling the volume of the outgoing signal after it's been compressed. The attack knob is like a military platoon swooping in to tame those sharp transients and add body to your audio. And the release knob is like that laid back beach bum, taking its time to let go of the signal after it's been compressed. The ratio determines just how much signal gets compressed from subtle to aggressive. So crank up the input gain, enable that warm button, and let the FET compressor be your audio wingman. Are you ready to add some warmth and vintage vibes to your audio? Then look no further than the Opto A compressor. This bad boy emulates a classic tube compressor known for its slow and warm sound. It's like wrapping your audio up in a cozy blanket on a chilly day. And if you're feeling lazy, the peak reduction knob is the ultimate one-stop shop for adding smooth compression to your signal. It's like having a personal assistant that adjusts the ratio, the attack, the release, and the threshold of the compressor all at once. The gain knob is like a trusty sidekick, bringing the peaks of the compressed signal back up to their pre-compression level. And if you're feeling like your audio needs a little extra love, click that warm button and add some classic tube saturation. It's like giving your audio a warm hug from an old friend. So grab a cup of tea or whatever beverage makes you feel warm and fuzzy and let the Opto A compressor work its magic. Are you tired of your audio sounding cold and lifeless? It's time to spice things up with the Opto B Compressor. This little guy emulates a widely used opto compressor for vocals known for its slow opto style attack and signature tube warmth. It's like giving your audio a warm hug from a friendly fuzzy tube. And if you're worried about overcompressing, don't be. The threshold knob helps you set boundaries so your audio won't get too clingy. The ratio knob is like a matchmaker, helping you find the perfect balance between compression and aggression. And if you need to add some extra oomph to your audio, the attack and release knobs are like a dynamic duo, adding body, taming sharp transients, and smoothing out the dynamic performances. And let's not forget the gain knob, which is like a personal cheerleader, boosting your audio confidence after it's been compressed. And if you're feeling like your audio needs a little extra love, click that warm button and add some unique saturation modeled after the FET transformers. So get ready to snuggle up with the Opto B Compressor and give your audio the warmth and love it deserves. Now, the modern compressor is like the glass on a window, totally transparent. It adds no color or warmth to the signal, making it great for solving problems without changing the original sound. It's loaded with features such as the AutoTune pitch filter and sidechain controls, making it a versatile tool for audio engineers. It's like having a Swiss Army knife, but for audio compression. The threshold determines the level at which the compressor kicks in. So if you set it to minus 18 dB, only signal peaks over that level will be compressed. The ratio knob determines how much the signal is compressed after it surpasses the threshold. Think of it as a personal trainer for your audio, pushing it to its limits but not too far. Use the knee knob to control the smoothness of the audio compression. It's like a chiropractor for your sound, adjusting it to perfect balance between soft and hard. The attack knob controls the speed at which the compressor reacts to the signal. A fast attack speed is like caffeine for your audio, adding body and taming sharp transients. A slower attack speed is like a massage, adding punch and relaxation. The release knob controls how quickly the compressor lets go of the signal after compressing it. Fast release times are like a ninja, quickly taming sharp transients, while slow release times are like a wave, smoothing out dynamic performances. The gain knob is like a personal assistant, adjusting the outgoing gain after the signal is compressed. It brings the peaks of the compressed signal back up to the same level as they were pre-compression, maintaining the same peak level while raising the overall level. The sidechain controls are like a secret weapon, allowing you to control the level of one instrument or sound with another sound. It's like having a puppet master pulling at the strings of your audio mix. Use the internal sidechain option to take advantage of the high pass and low pass filters for the incoming signal. It's like having a bouncer that's at a club ignoring the low frequencies of certain sounds. Use the external sidechain filter to use a separate signal to control the compressor. It's like having a spy who's watching for certain sounds and compressing the others. The AutoTune pitch filter is like a vocal coach automatically tracking and following the fundamental pitch of the vocals. It's a helpful feature for making room in the mix for the vocal fundamental pitch. It's like having a personal trainer for your singer, making sure they hit their notes perfectly. Enable the high pass filter to ignore high frequencies and the low pass filter to ignore low frequencies, but only when the AutoTune pitch filter is disabled. It's like having a DJ that's cutting off specific frequencies for a better mix. In summary, the modern compressor is like a superhero, Swiss Army knife, chiropractor, ninja wave, personal assistant, bouncer, spy, vocal coach, DJ. Whew. It's a versatile tool for audio compression with features that allow you to solve problems, add energy, and create a better mix. And it does it all without changing the original sound. All right, let's dive into the juicy, customizable world of the settings and the preferences menu. This bad boy allows you to personalize your experience with the AutoTune Vocal Compressor. First up is the appearance settings. You have the choice between light, dark, or system. If you select system, the vocal compressor will adapt to the appearance settings of your Mac or PC. It's like having a chameleon for your plugin blending in with its surroundings. Next, we have the pitch reference setting. This determines which stereo channel is used to analyze the pitch for the AutoTune pitch filter. Choose the channel that's cleaner or better isolated than the other, like picking your favorite child. Did I say that? No, I didn't say that. I would never do that. Anyway, when using the vocal compressor on a stereo track, both channels should feature the same source material, like a single vocal performance recorded in stereo using 2 microphones. It's like having a symmetrical face, but for your audio. Vocal Compressor uses OpenGL for improved graphics on computers with compatible graphics card hardware. But don't worry, if your Mac isn't up to snuff, OpenGL is disabled by default. On Windows, OpenGL is enabled by default. You can toggle OpenGL on or off on either platform at any time, like playing with the light switch. Use the Enable the Apply as default setting to have your preferences applied to all instances of the AutoTune Vocal Compressor. Click the Tooltip setting to read a short description of any control by hovering over it. It's like having a personal assistant at your fingertips. And last but not least, the AutoTune Vocal Compressor help page. This page has tutorial videos, frequently asked questions, and other relevant articles in the Antares knowledge base. It's like having a personal cheat sheet for your compressor. Oh, and did I mention that the Vocal Compressor plugin window is completely resizable? It stays sharp at any size, and you can drag it to resize it to your liking. It's like having a magic window that adjusts to your every whim. And if you want to reset the window size back to its default, there's a setting for that too. Now that you know all about the AutoTune Vocal Compressor and what it can do, start experimenting and making music with it. Try it out today and see what you can do with your vocals. The link to purchase it is in the description below. So, in the second video of this 2-part video series, I'll provide demonstrations of all the various compressors and settings. You won't want to miss that video, so click the like button, share this with others, and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any future videos like this one. See you next time.